Action. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Millionaire Mac Club YouTube channel. Today I have a very special guest, an up and coming rapper, singer, does all kinds of musical wonders. He's on TikTok, about to hit 60K and counting. I just met him, my main man, Brandon Rose. Brandon, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you, bro?
I'm doing spectacular, bro. I'm so glad that
Great.
you're here. Um, so just quick little backstory. Yesterday, I was live, Brandon was live, and then on TikTok you can join lives, and we just happened to join each other. Just had a quick connection, and I was like, yeah, I for sure need to get him on because he's the next big thing in music. I'm telling y'all. He played me a little snippet of his music yesterday. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from, what's got you to this point, why you started your TikTok journey and stuff like that.
Well, I always had aspirations of, being an icon in life. And I knew that a regular 9 to 5 job was not me. I knew like very early on in life. And I just needed to know where to start. And, I come from a family line where we're all very hardworking and dedicated to what we want to do in life. um, Especially on my mom's side, because that's who's been raising me all my life. My dad hasn't been really in the picture. Um, he left maybe I'm gonna say eight eight years 8 years ago. So I've just in that growing up stage. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn on my own how to be able to do what I want to do
Amen.
and be able to push myself without that father figure to show me, you know what I'm saying? And that really pushed me to become like not just what I want to be, but like a great man in life.
Right.
And so, I started my journey on TikTok about a year ago, maybe like I think maybe a year ago back in February. So about a year and 4 months ago, I started my little journey. I started off doing like singing, and I was doing like covers and stuff like that. And then like I stopped for a little bit, and I was like, like I love music, but I know I can shine in whatever you put me, you know what I'm saying? And so I challenged myself to create content that really showed who I was as a person and what it's like to generally be like around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I started getting ideas, and I started like really coming together, and I just started making more videos. And I had a video that went a little crazy. I think now it has 600,000 views maybe. And from there, like I got straight 29,000 followers out of that.
Dang.
And I was like, wow, like that's what really like started it all for me, was like that one video that got crazy views and a bunch of people out of nowhere. I went from 1,500 followers to 29,000 followers within 48 hours.
Dang.
So like obviously it was a big jump for me.
Right.
And I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, whoa, that was big. And I handled it very maturely, like after I got a sense like, okay, like, that's a sign. I need to take that and run with it.
Right.
And I so far like I've been running with it, and now I'm close to 60K deep. And I got the confidence to put my music out there through TikTok, because like I saw the change from people following me. You know what I'm saying? So like that just like I got people on my back.
Right.
So I might as well give everything I got to them so that they can share me, and hopefully I just continue to blossom and become better than I am and bigger than I am.
Right. I love that. So like the interesting thing to me is just like how how it seems like you have, well, I obviously don't know the backstory and all the things you've been through, but like the natural confidence that is not seen as much today. You see what I'm saying? Because like a lot of
Yeah.
people will be super hesitant to and hop on social media and really show themselves because they're scared to be judged. And like the fact
Yeah.
that you said you want to make your page like it's hanging out with you, and like that's powerful, and that's really what we need more of, because a lot of times on social media we can see a lot of counterfeits. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of people will put on this fake facade that they're not, but like we need more genuine people like you that are going to come out and be who they're going to be 100%, and
Yeah.
just let whoever wants to be around you hit that follow button. If not, keep it pushing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that's honestly awesome. And so, with that, with the big jump, I heard you say like it was kind of breathtaking. So you want to describe that a little more? Like tell us what was the high of it and what was like the low of it? What was the hardest thing to handle? What was the biggest thing that put a smile on your face about that whole jump?
Yeah. So okay, so I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take it back to my earlier years in high school. I went to a school. It's called Barboursville. Uh, like the district itself, they have like their own K through 12 and everything. And it's the Barboursville Independent School District. And I spent 3 years there, and I realized that I wasn't pushing myself to be the person who I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? I had to put on this persona of being a certain kind of person.
Mm,
And I hated it, like because I lived my life not being who I wanted to be.
right.
And I finally had it, and I was like, yo, I want to move. Like senior year, I want to make a change in my life,
Mm,
and I want to move. So when I moved, obviously it gave me this, okay, like nobody knows you. There's a few people who may know you through social media and stuff like that. Obviously, like I had a cousin who went there. We graduated the same year. He was the one actually who was like trying to get me to come,
mm-hmm,
just because we wanted to be able to like go to school together, just like all of our other cousins did.
right.
And so I was like, you know what? Let me do it. And I did it. And I think from there, that's where I started to realize who I was, who I wanted to be, what I liked, what I didn't like.
Mm,
Um, and then, that day, it was crazy because I had just gotten off of work and I made it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to pay any attention to it. I'm not going to pay any attention to it at all. It's just a video that I'm going to make, and we'll see where it goes.
right.
I go to sleep that night. The next morning, I got crazy amounts of notifications from TikTok. I'm like, what is going on? And so I'm like I wake up and like I see that, and it just gives me a rush. So I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I swipe up my phone, everything, unlock it, go to TikTok, and I see like 99 plus notifications. And I'm like, what just happened? So I click on the notifications and I see everybody just going through, liking that same video, so many follows. And I look and I go to my account to see like what the total was of everything.
Right.
When I seen it, my eyes this big out of my skull just came out, and I was like, what? No way. And at that time, like I started to like make a couple friends at school and stuff like that, and I started to get to know like a lot of people in my class. And obviously, like I love music. I was in choir class, and a lot of people noticed in choir class because like that was the class that I could really like show myself, because music is what makes me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I went into that class that day, and they were like, yo, did you check your stuff? Like, have you seen what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I was like, I didn't know that this video was gonna blow up. Like I really just thought that I was just gonna post it and it would maybe get like 3K views or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. And I saw it, and I remember when I had when I was in that class, I had somebody tell me this is just a step. And
Mm,
when he said that,
that's powerful.
like obviously he wasn't in the mindset like trying to inspire me. He just came out of nowhere. And I
Right.
realized it like because even the way he said it and everything, it just came out, you know what I'm saying? But when he said that, I was like,
It
holy
clicked.
cow. I was like, that's one step. Because I traced back to like when like it was almost like a little kid moment, like a proud little kid moment when you're just like, dang, I'm gonna go out and do more. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And so like that was like a big that was like a big like the big up in that day. And I think the down was I think the people at my old school were just negative about the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Like they were just like they were like, you're not gonna be nobody, like you act like you're gonna do something in life and you're not. Like this is gonna be your big break and that's it. Like you're not getting anywhere in life.
Right.
And I looked at it as like, wow, like that's how people are. Like you can come into their life and give them the glory. And as soon as you step out for your sake to become better for yourself, you'll have people like come right back and bash you, even if they knew you.
Right.
And I think that was the harder thing for me that day. But I looked at my mom and I was like, yo, like this happened. Like I posted this video, it got 600,000 views. Like, look. And she also saw like the hate too.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew that it was generally people from my old school because she knew like most of the kids from my old school because like the town that I grew up in was really small.
Right.
And so like everybody knows everybody's business. And my mom looked at me and she said, if this is what you want to do not let them stop you from being what you want.
That's powerful.
And I looked at her. I looked at her. She dead ass looked at me and she was like, I got two words for you. Fuck them. And I looked at her. I started bawling my eyes out. And I was like, are you gonna support me with however I take this opportunity? And she was like, I have your back 110% on what you want to do in life. And I think in that moment right there, obviously like it was a peak day. And then I saw those hate comments and it was like, it was starting to hit on a decline. And then as soon as my mom said that, it was like it was even higher than the peak from earlier.
Right.
And I was just like, you know what? The world is mine. After what my mom had told me, I was like, the world is mine.
Right.
I got it. I got it at my fingertips. I was like, and I'm gonna utilize this very well. And so far I've still been on my grind, and I finally after that video, went and got what it got. I still kept on like with my TikTok grind. And I remember back maybe 2 years ago, I was writing music and I was like, I know how to play the piano pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've written songs like on the piano and stuff like that. Like I have soul music written and I have R&B music written. And I was like, what is something that's gonna piss people off, but I'm gonna shine doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose rap. I
Mm.
chose rap because today in the eyes of adults, most adults think that it's trash music. You know what I'm saying? It's garbage music. They talk about sex, drugs, violence, and all that stuff. And obviously as us kids, like we like it because it's upbeat, it's just got, it's got rhythm, it's got style, it's got flow, and it's amazing, right? Well, I wanted to prove that you can make music like that with without it having to get so explicit and it still be popping off like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's business is popping off.
Right.
And like in my songs, like I don't try to get too explicit with like the words that I say and stuff like that. I give you a sense of what I'm talking about. And I think that that's where I want to be in a sense. And you know, I'm still like, you're not gonna make it as a rapper, blah blah, all this stuff. And I'm ready to prove everyone wrong. I'm ready to prove everyone who doubted me wrong. And I like to talk about the people who negatively impact my life more than I talk about the people who support me. Because if it wasn't for the hate, I wouldn't push. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just look at it all as a blessing, really. I mean, it's gotten me this far, and I know it's only going to push me farther.
That's what's up.
So
See, the crazy thing is like I can still feel your energy, and like when you're telling the story, like I felt like I was in the moment with
yeah,
some months ago, and like I can tell how excited, how happy, and how meaningful that was for you. So that's actually so awesome. Um, it's so interesting. Like you said, like
yeah,
as soon like you're in somebody's life, they're showing you love, you're giving them love. As soon as you need to take a step out to go better yourselves, all of a sudden you're doing them wrong. But like that's
yeah.
the crazy
Dang,
thing to
yeah,
me, just because like just because I'm trying to progress doesn't mean you have to regress. You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it's just so interesting that people will be so quick to hate. Like you
Mhm.
can channel that energy that you're using to hate on me to go do something for yourself or do
Exactly,
something to help me and then I'll help you back. I don't know. But
exactly.
it's something
Like the way I see it, it's just a big waste of time for
right.
that person because people like me, now that I have somewhat of a platform and I can be who I want, if you ain't about it, that's fine. You know, like and I you know, I express my opinion sometimes like during lives and stuff like that. And like people are like, you're gonna get canceled. You're gonna get canceled. And I just look at them and I'm like, you can't cancel somebody who doesn't care. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You can't negatively impact somebody who doesn't care about the negative impact. You know what I'm saying? And so like for me, it's just I've been able over the course of this like year and a half, so like just about, I've seen the way I've changed with people who negatively impact me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been positive. It's been a positive turnout because like I used to be the type of like the type of knucklehead to be like, if you're hating, you're gonna get beat up. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But I realized like as a decent human being, if you ignore it, at eventually some point they're gonna stop.
Yeah, and that kills them more,
And
honestly.
that kills them more. It kills them more that they didn't get under your skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what kills them even more. And
100.
I love that. I love that because at the end of the day, I see these people as the same people who hate on me are going to be the same people who are begging for me to come back into their life.
100%.
That's exactly how I see. That is exactly how I see it.
100%. Yeah, and off that, like those people, like hurt people. So like a lot of the times they won't even intentionally, or they might intentionally be trying to bash you, but they're just trying to make up for insecurity, which is so interesting
Yeah,
because you just
yeah, and
find
that's what my mom. That's what my mom tells me too. Like my mom, like I'll see a hate comment or whatever, and she'll see it at the same time. Like we're just looking through the notifications and stuff like that, and she looks at me every single comment that like is closer to the negative side,
mhm,
and she looks at me every single time and she tells me they hate you because they want to be you.
Right.
They don't have what you have and they want it. And if they can keep you from doing what you want to do, then they're winning.
Right. What the enemy can't destroy, it'll distract.
Exactly.
100%. So I see your shirt, stay humble. And so based off the numbers, based off that huge explosion, the constant growth that you're seeing, like how do you remain humble in a situation that you're in and in a situation you're gonna be in? Because I'm already knowing that you're gonna blow up. So how do you stay humble in the situation you're in, and how do you stay humble in the situation and the world that you're gonna be in?
Uh, the way I see it, being being not humble and being a very like having this persona that you're just cocky, it's gonna keep you. It's gonna take time out of your day
Mhm.
for you to be working on something or doing something. It's it's a distraction.
Right.
And the way I look at it is okay. This video got 600,000 views. Let's just let's make one right now. Let's fix it to get a million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not enough. It's
Right.
not enough. That's how I stay humble is where I'm at. It's not enough.
Hmm.
Job ain't finished, just like Kobe said.
Right.
You know,
I like.
and I just like that's just the way I see it. But job ain't finished. I'm not at the top yet.
Right.
I'm gonna get there. I'm just not there yet, and I got to keep grinding. That's how I see it.
That's an interesting take on it, because that's honestly how you do stay humble, is because once you realize that you're a micro in a big picture and realize how much more you can achieve, that really brings some life back into what you're doing, and it does make you more humble. So that's actually
Yeah,
a really interesting take on it. I like that. I really like that. So
yeah.
I hear you talking about your mom a lot. So based off of the conversation we're having, correct me if I'm wrong, is that your biggest inspiration?
Um, in a sense, yes. Oh, shoot. In a sense, yes. She is somewhat an inspiration of mine
Mm-hmm.
because my mom has been since 14 years old. She's worked. She dropped out of school. She dropped out of 10th grade. Um, but since she was 14 years old, she worked 3 jobs when she was 14. She couldn't handle school on top of working, so she dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she's always been a hardworking woman. She's fought for everything she's had. She's worked insane amount of hours for what she has, and she is truly my biggest blessing in life
Mm-hmm.
because no matter what, that woman's got my back.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal, my goal in life that inspires me, one of the goals that I have in life that inspires me has to do with her in a sense because at some point, and I'm gonna leak a line out of my EP that's gonna be coming out within this year. Um, I talk about how she is one of the biggest, impacts in my, probably the biggest impact in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk about how I want to be able to spoil her and be able to make her retire and live how she wants to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the line that I have for my future is I want to buy that woman a track hawk and a mansion in Daytona.
Mm.
And like the way I see it is like I want to be able to pay everything that she like the rest of, I want her to stop working, sell what she has and let me get it for her. I want to be able to buy her a Ferrari. I want to be able to actually, you know what, her favorite car is a Jaguar, what is it? F-Type, something like that. My goal is to be able to buy her an F-Type at some point soon. Um, my goal is to be able to, take this burden of like we have a very expensive house because we got it at the time when my parents were together, and then a year later, my dad, did what he did. He left. Um, so it's been a grind for her to be able to pay everything for this house and be able to pay and put us in where we've been.
Right.
And at some point, at some point soon, I want to be able to relieve her of all this stress that and all this work that she's had to do all of her life because she's worked from 14 and she is now 42 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That is a long time. And for a woman to be doing that of her size and her stature, she's only 4'11. You know what I'm saying? Working as hard as she is, she's a she is the little engine that could.
Right.
If I'm being honest with you, that's who I can compare her to, because she does not give up and she does not stop working hard, and she does not, she never settles, and she's always going to put food on the table, and she's always going to do this and do that and make our lives as best as she can possible. And so one day, soon, I hope to give her the best day of her life and take away her debt, take away, all the stress that she has financially, and give her the world. That is one of my biggest inspirations right there.
Yes, sir. See, I love that because I feel like with a pursuit that you're on, you need exterior, like something bigger than you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how it takes a village to raise just a single person, and you know how much people are pouring into you behind the scenes. It's so important to
Yeah.
those key players back what they deserve and more.
Mm-hmm.
So I just find like it's so inspirational because just hearing about you talking about your mom, and I can relate to that too because you know she's moms are the greatest people on this earth, and I
They
have
really are.
similar goals to treat my mom like the queen she is. And so it's so awesome to hear how you're using and you're aware of how much has been poured into you. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they'll just be, no, I got here by myself. Like in a sense, yeah, it did take you to get to where you're going, but it also took other players. So I love that. I honestly do love that. So we got your biggest family inspiration. Who's your biggest musical inspiration? Like who's your favorite artist? Who's a few favorite artists or your number one favorite artist?
Um, I can never have a number one. I can never have a number one. And it's crazy because like, with all the different music that everybody drops, like it's just like in the moment I can have one, but like at the moment right now, it's just like I ain't got a favorite. Like it's just like all at the same for me as like the top ones that inspired me to do what I do with music.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say not in any order, but number one that I can go off the top of my head straight is Bruno Mars. Man,
Okay.
but man, that boy knows how to get it.
Okay.
He, he never he never like he's always dropping something. He's always
Right.
dropping something and it's gonna bang.
Right.
Yeah, it just never stops. It never stops with him. And I love this transition that he's been through in his career where he's like coming out with that old jazz, and it's like it's coming to life now in 2021. And it's that's he was definitely vocally vocally, he is one of my inspirations. Um, just as a singer himself, like, and what he does with music, it's impeccable. It's
Mhm.
crazy, and I think I think he's definitely like vocally he's definitely been like the dude in my life who's been like, wow, like if I could be like somebody vocally, it would have to be that man right there.
Mhm.
It would have to be that right there because that man, that's a bad man in the music
Right.
industry. Man. He's crazy.
He's so
I have a goal. I have a goal to be able to make a song with him. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
he partnered with Anderson .Paak, and Anderson .Paak is a great. Like his persona on music is just it's a whole vibe. It's a
Mhm.
whole vibe, and a lot of people, there's not a lot of people who listen to Anderson .Paak, even though he's like bigger now. And but like them two together,
That's a that's a
jeez,
deadly combo. That is a
that's
deadly
glory.
combo.
Silk Sonic is a glory moment in music, and not a lot of people realize, but I think if them two stick together, they could be something special.
Right.
And I think them two together would be insane. I think they're like Leave the Door Open, one of my favorite songs right now.
Hmm.
One of my favorite songs at the moment, and it'll probably stay that way for a long time.
Right.
And I look at those two, and they're pretty big. They're pretty big inspired to be like how I got music to be introduced into my life. As far as like who I look at in the rap scheme of things, I look at a lot of people like I think the first people to like inspire me were definitely the Migos. I
Mm.
just love their flow, their enthusiasm with their music, that just the style, the swagger that they have behind all their music.
Hmm.
Like every single time the Migos drop an album, I got like I got like almost the whole thing downloaded into my playlist. And like it's intense for me. So I think on the rap side of things, they were really the ones to like inspire my rap game. And like I I can sense like a sort of Migo vibe, like some of my flow and like my concept of the flow like comes from some of their music.
Hmm.
And they're definitely a trio that definitely inspired me. They were definitely the first ones for me. And then when I started getting into like the heat of the music, like I realized that rap ain't just got to be rap, you know what I'm saying? And we got we got a good glimpse of it with Juice World and with X, and they took rap to a whole nother meaning
Right.
when when they did it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It's crazy. But the thing that inspired me to officially like, you know what, I'm dropping a rap song. This is it. Was the death of Juice World, because Juice World died the day before my birthday,
Hmm.
right? And so I seen that and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then I turned 18, and so it was like, dang, like we ain't got all we don't have we're not
Yeah.
guaranteed, we're not guaranteed 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not guaranteed to have a full life. And I think his death really like pushed me to be, let me really focus on music and trying to take what he did and his persona of music, and let me come out with mine,
Hmm.
and let me show the world that rap ain't always got to be what rap is. You know what I'm saying? It's got a whole nother meaning. And that was like the big break for me when it came to making rap music was his death, because it was the day right before my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like his death was the day before I was born 18 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's insane. And I definitely look up to Juice World just lyrically. He was he was, oh man,
That's a wizard.
just the stuff that he wrote about. And like, it didn't matter if it was about a breakup, it didn't matter. It still banged, and it still had a meaning, and it still had concept. And it a lot of people can listen to those songs and they can express their emotion, and they can cry or laugh or like be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to make music with a with, you know, as hype as rap is. I want to be able to give the listeners a sense of they can express their emotion
Mm-hmm.
in my music. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's rap or not. You know, like obviously, like when people listen to rap, they vibe, they dance, they're singing along. I want people to be able to do that with my music. You know what I'm saying? But I also want people to see the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I want people to be able to be like dang, like I cried to that song, or dang, that song made me want to fall in love with this girl, or dang, like this song really hyped me up, or dang, this song like really made me like really made me happy, and like I just vibe and I go hard, or dang, this song like makes me work hard at the gym. Like I wanted to have a bigger picture other than it just being hype. I want to be able to break that wall and show the true emotion behind rap,
Mm-hmm.
because not a lot of people understand the emotion behind rap,
Right.
and they think it's just a big hype version of music, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not. It's got so much. And like that's what I like about the challenge when it comes to rap is like people already see it as this negative kind of energy, because it's not talking about like how to get better or how to do this or how to do that. It's just rappers talking about how they made it big, how they're, you know, living their life, partying it up, doing what they do. And you know, it's cool. It's cool at times. Like I get it, you do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's cool to also have meaning to your music.
Right.
And that's what I want to be able to do. And like that's just like what I want to do, because like I know it's possible. Juice World made it possible. X made it possible. Um, I know a lot of people at the time when 21 Savage came out with I Am is Greater Than I Was, when
Mm-hmm.
he came out with Ball Without You, that song, because like at the time I was going through a breakup, and that song really just like, dang, I'm gonna be the best so I can be without you, and I don't need you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That like that really hit. And like, you know, you get glimpses of like these big time rappers like J. Cole, 21 Savage, like you got Gucci Mane, you got all these different rappers that like are big. And sometimes you get a glimpse of like what they really feel
Mm-hmm.
and their emotion behind their music. But I want that to be the concept in my music at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's powerful.
even if I make hype music, I want you to feel the hype, but I want you to feel the happiness that you obtain from the hype. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The good vibes, the good energy, everything. And that's like really that's really just how I look at music and who inspired me.
Mm-hmm. So that's actually like, wow, that's powerful because that's, in my eyes, that's what rap needs more of right now. Cause like
Yeah.
you said, right now a lot of our rappers, I feel like the tide is kind of turning back, but a lot of the rap music was just glorifying, like you said, women, partying, drugs, all that. And but the songs that turn out to be classics, you really feel them, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, cause like you see like the little pumps, the smoke perps, all those dudes are filing out. You see what I'm saying? All those
Yeah.
dudes are filing out because that it it's cool for 15 minutes, but like when I'm
Mm.
really going through something and need to relate to something, that's not what I'm going to go relate to. And like I actually just heard this quote the other day. It's better to be felt than seen. And I feel like that's exactly what you're getting at with your music. And I love that. And that's what I do with my content, because it doesn't matter if one person hears it or if 100,000 people hear it. If one person didn't feel it and relate to it, then I failed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I have 100,000 people, none of them relate to it besides one person, but it got them through the toughest time of their life, then I did my job. And so, like, I love that that's the concept you're bringing back to music. And honestly, like, that's the crazy thing. Like, I picked up on that vibration over live because, like, I could just tell how genuine you were. You see what I'm saying? And if, like, I'm already knowing you're gonna run with that, and that's what's gonna file out the authentic people from the fraudulent people. You see what I'm saying? So I honestly think that's awesome. I really love that. I really, really love that. So this is my last question for you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years. Um, hmm.
Yep, because I need this. So when my channel's big, when you're big, I'll be, hey, I got Brandon Rose back on. Go check back the interview in 2021. It's 2026 now. This man's doing world tours. Where are you gonna be, man? Let the people know.
I feel like I'm gonna be, just over the course of those 5 years, dropped out of college to chase an even bigger opportunity given to me in those 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and me chasing it and me becoming bigger than I thought that I was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the goal. The goal is for me to be bigger than I gonna be. And now like right now I think like, man, like I want to be able to like own a mansion, and I want to be able to have all the nice cars that I always wanted. I want to be able to support my family, like my mom and my sister, just with whatever I make, and then be able to live the lives that they want. And but I feel like it's always going to change. Like I'm always going to want more. Like,
Right.
so I feel like by the time 5 years comes, um, I'm gonna say by then, TikTok wise, I will be. I'm gonna say 2.5 million to 3 million, for like just somewhere around that million area. Music wise, I could see in 5 years that I have something go platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I could see like a record that I have go platinum. Um, I could see myself within those 5 years. Um, once I'm in a good headspace, I want to be able to have kids at a younger age,
Mm-hmm.
um, just so that I can keep up with them through life. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be too old and see things that I could have seen if I would have had them younger.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want to be able to have maybe a kid or two in 5 years. Hopefully, I have the woman of my dreams who supports me um, endlessly. When I look at like stuff like that, like the person who's gonna be in my life, like that. Um, I hope that they're just as supportive as my mom was throughout this whole, and that's just a loving person and who is beautiful in every single way that I see them.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that I at least in those 5 years that I find that person, and I can settle down and have a family with them. Um, and that's basically where I see myself. Like at least one platinum record, 2 to 3 million on TikTok, maybe a kid, maybe two, um, and a lot more success after those 5 years. That's what I see.
I love that. I love that. I see it fully. We already talked about it on TikTok. I'm front row at your first concert. I don't care. I'm there. I'm
Now,
catching
my boy,
all
backstage,
places.
come on, bro. You're gonna be on the stage with me. You gotta be. look, one of these concerts, when I go on tour and stuff like that, I'm gonna make sure when I'm close to your city, I'm gonna give I'm gonna get you some backstage passes. We're gonna chill before the concert. You're gonna come out during the concert, everything.
Hey.
I man, whatever you want to do, get out there, have fun, like. And man, have I even thought about? Oh my God,
Oh, I'm getting chills thinking
have
about it.
I
No
have
cap.
I have I even thought about like shows and stuff like that? Like when I think of shows, when I think of shows, man, I think of Travis Scott. I think of Travis Scott because like Travis Scott is like he's in this he's that man Travis Scott has done so much for the city of Houston,
Yeah.
and I can only respect him as a rapper, as a human being, and as a man because that man has done it through thick and thin,
Right.
and now that man is platinum selling artist. He's come out with his own clothing line. Him and Jordan come out with shoes.
Mhm.
He's got his own seltzer. Like he's bigger than rap, and that's what I be like. Like I don't plan on just coming out with music. I want to be able to come out with clothes. I want to be able to come out, team up, sponsor, like get team up with like Nike or like with Jordan, and be able to come up with like shoes or like a colorway or something like that.
Mhm.
I want to be able to like help people out in their small businesses and stuff like that. Like people that I know who really have worked and they're seeing the negative side of where they're at in their process. I want to be able to help people like that. Like I just want to be able to give back because the city or the town that I'm in within the Houston city has been through some things. You know what I'm saying? And the kids here, they're they see all the negativity, the gang relations, the gang violence, all that stuff. And like I want to be able to show those kids like if that's the path that you want, just know that it's not going to be all fun and games forever.
Right.
If you want a better life, I could show you a better life. I could show you how to do that, and I can help you along the way. Like that's my plan. That's really my plan. And just to go back like to the shows and stuff like that, like that man puts up a show. That man suspended up in the air over the crowd, just on like what?
You're like,
Like
huh?
who risked their lives doing that? You know what I'm saying? Just like I want to be able to risk my life at a show, just
Right.
doing crazy stuff, but put up a show. You know what I'm saying? Like give the people what they want to see,
Right.
and like that's the whole goal. And man, that's another person that I would really like to make music with. That's Travis Scott is crazy,
Yeah.
bro. Travis Scott is insane. Travis Scott is insane. He's definitely another one of my inspirations too. Um, like when Astroworld came out, that really changed how I saw his game as an artist. And I've been infatuated with his style of music
Mm-hmm.
because it's almost like he's taking on like the future sense of rap, like what rap is going to be in 2080. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be techno. You're going to have all these crazy sounds, but it's all blending together, and it makes creativity look bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's on another level.
Right.
And his like the way he is with this music, the way he is with the shows, that's another person I could say like that's who I want to be like
Mm-hmm.
in a sense. And so like man, like you're saying, brother, them shows, the world tour, everything, man, like
Different.
best believe they're gonna go hard. Best believe
Different.
be insane. I'm gonna be swinging around the crowds, doing crazy stuff, man. Like, because at the end of the day, people like to see crazy stuff come to life. That's what drives people to want to see more is
Mm-hmm.
is like the crazy. you know? And like I realized like people are weird because like they like to see the crazy, you know, like like videos of like people face planting and stuff like that. Like that gets like millions of views and stuff like people are generally weird for wanting to see that kind of stuff. So like obviously like you gotta go crazy. You gotta go crazy with what you do. And the more crazy it gets, the more entertaining it gets. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want. I want to be able to go crazy. I want to be able to go wild with my shows.
I love
So
that.
that's another thing too.
I
That's
love,
another.
I love that. Bet. But so let the people know where they can connect with you, where they can follow you, they can find your music. What platforms are you on? Let them know.
For sure. So my TikTok obviously is like my biggest, as far as like social media and whatnot, is my biggest platform. And that at is at brando.rose. My Instagram, uh, I have my links to like my business inquiries. If anybody, wants to take a shot at me,
Mm-hmm.
uh, sign me on a multi-million-dollar record label. That would be insane. But I think it's Brando Ezra Rose or Brandon Ezra Rose, something like that. Um, if people want to add me on Snap just to see what I'm doing 24/7 throughout, I usually post uh 3 times a day on my story just for like people to see like what am I doing, like
Right.
because those people who are like what is Brandon doing with his life.
Right.
And so like if you want to add me on there, it's Brandon.0088. I have a Twitter. I don't really use my Twitter, but I'm gonna try and start getting into the rhythm of using Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That at is at underscore 21 Brando.
Mm-hmm.
And then my music can be found on Spotify and Apple Music. Right now, there's only one song out because I just switched to mainstream services. And so, artist name Lil Rose. If you want to check me out, my newest or my latest release is I'm Back. So if you want to check that out, yeah, like that's basically everything that you can get to know me or follow me, DM me, whatever. Like if I can help you out in some way or shape or form, get at me, man.
I love that. I'm gonna drop all those links in the bio. Drop all those links. You can connect with his music. Hit him up. You want to sign him, man? If you get signed off my podcast, like that,
Dude, hey,
that would
man,
be something
hey,
crazy.
if I get signed off of your video, if I get signed off of your video, like off of your video manager, that's it. That's a wrap.
Because I don't even have that many subs, but you never know who will see it.
You never
That'd
know
be
who's
something
watching, bro.
crazy.
You never know who's watching. You put that stuff out there, bro, and you never know who's watching. So like, you never know. You never know.
But I'm gonna drop all those links. I'm so glad you came on. I'm so grateful you came on. This was a vibe.
Sure. It was definitely a blessing.
Y'all are gonna see him doing big things, man. I'm telling y'all. That's why I brought him on, because I'm already knowing he's gonna do something great. So, any last remarks you want to tell the people?
All I gotta say is, be who you want to be. Do not let anybody change that or take that away from you. Be who you want to be. I found myself in a year. You can definitely find yourself. So be who you want to be. Never let anybody tell you anything.
I love that. I love that. I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shoot, like my grandma says, keep going and keep growing. I love y'all.